Morning, everybody. Old school nerd here. I'm eating a nanner. I'm eating a nanner because my doctor says I need the potassium and it's good for me. I think he's full of crap.
He didn't tell you to eat it on your knees.
Sorry, that was rude of me. I gotta turn this music down. This is some happy music that it's not my thing. All right, good morning, everybody. It is old school day. Old school day with old school. So we're not gonna do a lot of this talk stuff. We're gonna get into the WoW quickly. Samurai Bob's gonna be on Discord with us today, and Samurai Bob's gonna behave himself today and not drop too many R words or A words or S words or F words because Twitch sent me an email last night saying to stop. So
You got it, buddy. Clean it up today.
Clean.
All PG.
Has anyone guessed the secret word? No one guessed the secret word yesterday. No one did. However, Anime Zero, one of our amazing supporters at the top of the screen over here. There's Gabby. Yeah, he said the word. Wait, no, he said the word like 7 times on Discord yesterday. Because every time we talk about classic WoW or old school WoW, or we were running something that was from the old stuff or blah, 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 he would say the word vanilla. Vanilla WoW. But yet, nobody in chat typed the word vanilla. And yesterday, vanilla was the word. So nobody won yesterday. Together, everybody was just kind of sucking. And that's okay. Okay.
Can't say stuff.
Just can. So, just can't say what you suck. Anyway, so, I'm going to stop eating this banana. Breakfast of Champions, a banana and a Dr. Pepper. Okay.
Amen, brother.
Yes, way, Forsaken. Yes, way. Okay, so, Dr. Norser's in channel, which means we have to pretend like we're adults today. Even though the first thing she did was drop 2 icons. One is a giant pink hammer and the other one's a giant pink domesticated male chicken. But that's not the point. Okay. Real quick, let's go over a couple things real quick. Coming up next Friday is our May the 4th Be With You contest starting up in May. All the Star Wars prizes are going to be doing that. Secret word is in effect. It is right here. It's already been written, so don't even try to think that I haven't written it yet. It's going to stay right there in stream. It won't be touched until somebody says the word in chat. You can't say it in Discord or something else like that. It doesn't count. Also, our top donator, which is right down there, right there on the bottom, was supplanted. Venom X28 was our top donator to the stream of all time, and he was replaced by a notorious internet hacking firm called Anonymous. Or maybe it was just someone who didn't put their name in the donation. But either way, whoever you are, you got top billing on the stream, and you're not even going to claim it. And that's fine. Hey, if you just want to give the love, we appreciate all the love. Of course, all of our followers and subscribers are listed here on the bottom. You can see them right there. Of course, we have all of our subscribers listed right there, and that's how we're going to roll. Hey, let's do some WoW. So to do that, I'm going to turn off this stupid music. Because if we're going to do old school, you know what we got to do? We've got to do WoW music.
Old school WoW music.
That's right. Old school WoW music. Okay, so let's switch over to the game, and let's make this happen. I'm trying to figure out why. I'm trying to figure out why my. You know what? Let's just switch over and find out what's going on with it because it was acting kind of weird.
You were had to charge and then hit the lich, so it was actually 2 swipes, but he's dead.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, as long as you're willing to admit your failings. I mean, if you're willing to admit where you failed, then that's all that matters.
I'm just gonna like me next time and then get a bunch of rage and I'm gonna smoke a little more.
Well, if you and I are gonna be double teaming all these, then yeah, I'm pretty sure that yeah. Why is my master sound muted? My master sound should not be muted. It should be on because I have it on. It's those times when you think you're doing really good and you really do think you're doing well, and things like that happen, and you don't know why. The sound isn't wanting. My sound is not muted. My sound can't be muted. Everyone heard sound just like 15 minutes ago.
You know what a real bummer is?
What?
I can't transmog the scythe.
Oh, they won't let you? What? Stop! You can't talk about the scythe. This is old school day. You can't talk about anything that's a freaking Legion today. We're not talking any Legion today. In fact, me saying Legion is a no-no.
Well, I'm going LSU purple today. So
Really? Check the shirt I'm wearing today is this, which is not applicable, but dang it, it's true. What doesn't kill me gives me XP. That's my shirt I'm wearing today. So we're gonna rock that shirt today. Okay, so I don't know why the game sound's not working, and some days I just think it's, you know, it makes me really, really angry. But
I have a Captain America shirt on with an LSU shield.
Okay. Okay, so I decided to go back, everyone. This is back in 2005. There was a village in the land of the Taurens, and in said village was a cow. This cow was a very lonely cow, and it was not Pink Panther, so stop doing that. Hey, look, it's Countdown to Classic. So we're doing, for all the people who knows, this is Countdown to Classic. It's a Twitch channel, but also it's an amazing podcast. And technically it's our sponsor for WoW right now because they paid for it. We won a contest and they were like, hey, here's a free month of WoW. And I'm like, well, can I mention you in the channel? And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay, we'll do that. But anyway, back to the story because we're going back in time. Back in the year 2005, there was a cow. This cow's name was, well, I didn't have a name for him because I was too dumb, and I was playing Guild Wars. I know I shouldn't say that word. It was Guild Wars 1. I didn't know any better. I didn't even know what a tank was, or a healer, or a DPS. DPS I thought was something that somebody had when they couldn't urinate and they had to go see the doctor. So, right? So, in the village of Camp Narash, there was a cow. And when I started, well, I thought, one, finish eating your banana and swallow it before you talk on stream. I forget these things, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so what happened was I was looking through WoW and I thought, man, this stuff is very cartoonish because if all of you who used to play at launch back in what was called Vanilla WoW that nobody said in chat yesterday, so nobody won the game, if you played Vanilla WoW back in the original days, it was very cartoonish, and still all the way up through Sunwell during the different Lich King portions, they didn't really optimize the graphics too much. It's very cartoonish and it was quite fun. But if you were looking for a realistic game, options like PUBG or some of the really high-end stuff you see nowadays, Far Cry and whatnot, didn't exist. But so WoW kind of went with what they knew best, which was that classic. Sunwell. Okay. There was a portion of, do you guys remember, I bet you Classic, Countdown to Classic could tell me what this is because they are the lore masters, by the way. They will literally whip out some lore that will just boggle the mind. So one thing that they used to do was they would, there was an island north of the starting area for the Blood Elves, and it was one of the big events. And so you go there and it was, no, Sunwell's not the secret word. Stop. So, so anyway, so there was a portion of one of the main boss fights in the raid, and Countdown to Classic is going to know this, and me not remembering it makes me feel really dumb. But Anime, I don't see why you're tripping out, because if you look at your stream, you'd realize I subscribed to you last night, and you haven't said thank you at all once today. So I'm going to take on the bite now. Anyway, so there was a boss fight, and during that boss fight, during the transition, you talk to one of the dragons who was in human form, and during the cut screen, they introduced the new skins for characters, and so we went from very basic, cartoonish looking characters to a little bit more textures, especially on the Alliance human side. So that was the first real true upgrade. The way you're seeing WoW now is not. Thank you. Holy crap. See, I knew Countdown to Classic would come in handy. I'm telling you, if you want to know something about WoW and you have no, like, for instance, like, okay, let's say you're 16, 17, 18, 19, okay? You're not going to remember WoW. You're not. You've never played it. You don't remember what it was like, and you have no frame of reference. And if you're like me, who played from launch all the way through Mists and got tired of rep grinds and left the game for 4 years, and then you come back for Legion in anticipation for Battle for Azeroth, you're like, I missed out on so much stuff. Where do I go as a source to find out information? Shameless plug for Countdown to Classic. They do all this lore stuff, so they live this stuff, and I don't. I'm too scatterbrained, and quite frankly, my age starts with a 4 and it's double-digit numbers. So how would I know? Back to our story. So this cow, I had all these options. So all my friends were like, "Dude, if you play WoW, don't play Alliance. Because if you play Alliance, you're going to be with a bunch of little 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds who have to go to school during the day. So if you try to play during the day, you're not going to be getting any runs because all the Alliance players are at school because they're a bunch of kids, blah, blah, blah. If you're a real man or you're a real woman and you're a nerd and you're legit, whatever, you got to play Horde." That was the common thread back then. So I said, you know what? Okay, let me look at these Horde races. Back then, there were no Blood Elves. There were no Goblins. I think you had Tauren, Orc, you had Troll, and Undead. That was it. There were no other. There were no pandas. There were no cuddly bears running around. There were no battle pets. Got it. So yeah, so you running around like an idiot. But speaking of running around, we're not gonna sit here at this. When I said we were going old school, we were taking it all the way back. I thought I would take all my gear off, stand in the middle of Camp Narch, because that's where you start from as a Tauren, and just kind of tease everybody like I'm actually gonna play this game from the beginning. Because hell no, not gonna do that. In fact, we're just gonna do this. Yeah. So
For the Horde.
Yeah.
Where we going?
Okay, where are we going? Today we're going to do a few of the classic raids. I sent out some pictures to just kind of tip the whistle, wet the whistle per se. So the first one we're going to do, remember, these are raids that we have to be able to solo as warriors. Well, we're going to duo them, but remember, we're not range. We have very limited range capabilities. Other than auto heals from arms like Victory Rush and things of that nature, we really don't have a lot of heals where we can mitigate long-timed fights. Don't get me wrong. A lot of these fights are just going to be pop, done. Thanks, Samurai. So Samurai and I are going to run some of these because some of these he's never seen. Some of them I haven't seen. Some of them, my guild was so sad back in the day that we couldn't get into them, which is really sad. So what we're going to do right now, the first one we're going to run is a classic from the Burning Crusade. No, I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. It actually got moved. How many people? Now, by the way, if you are under the age of 18, 17 per se, and things of a language nature have a tendency to bother you or your mom, or, adults around your house, I'm just going to let you know now, we're going to play a video here in about 3 minutes, We're going to play a video. And this video does possibly, maybe, have some language in it. And the reason why we're playing this video is to take you back to the days of Classic WoW. To one of the most infamous fights, to one of the most infamous events that ever occurred in WoW. This was long before Burning Crusade. So before you're thinking how long it'll go, let's literally go back. We're gonna go back. It was about 12 years ago this happened. So we're gonna play this video, and I really, really want everyone. If you've never seen this video, you've never heard of this video. Oh my God. This There are two things that everyone remembers from Classic WoW. If you're an old school WoW player like myself, there are two specific things that have happened that everybody from the old world remembers. First is a title that pretty much everyone has now called Jenkins from Leroy Jenkins. Hey, countdown. Check the stream later. We're going to post it up on YouTube. Give us some critiques. Let us know. Thank you for everything. Countdown to Classic's leaving. Countdown to Classic.com. Also check them out on Twitch. They're helping us out. We're helping them out because they are into this WoW stuff out the butt. So speaking of out the butt, okay, disclaimer now. If you have children in the room, or if you are sensitive to words that begin with F, that rhyme with truck, or, yeah, this is not the video for you. But other than Leroy Jenkins, which is one of the classic videos on YouTube from the original WoW, there was another one. The first battle we're going to be going to today is a little lady. She's a little princess of a peach of a little thing called Onyxia. Now, originally, we're going to be playing Onyxia on the Lich King level when they rehashed it. The original Onyxia no longer exists, but the fight is still the same. They just upped her level, but it's the closest one to Thunder Bluff, so we're going to fly over to the marsh, and do that done. Back in the day, to kill Onyxia was the passage rite of a raiding guild. If you were downing Onyxia, you were legit, because it was a 40-person raid. In fact, back then, it was so non-PC, they called it 40-man, but it's a 40-person raid. It took 40 people to take this dragon down. I can do it by myself. Bob can do it by himself. We're just going to do it together just for the fun of it. But before we do that, I'm going to play a little video for you guys. Back in the day, there were things... Okay, WoW does this auto-loot system now where the game itself, literally the server and the protocol processor within the server, knows what your arm spec is, whatever your spec is, whatever gear you need, and randomizes a drop chance for you. And before that, they had need or greed. Back in the day, a guild would run a raid. There were no, by the way, there was no looking for group, looking for raid channels. No, you didn't even touch these places unless you were in a guild and unless you had a certain spec, period. You did not see the inside of these places because you had to be a certain level. You had to know the fight. You had to sit there and read. And back then, YouTube was still in its infancy. We're talking about 2005. So to go see a video of how to fight Onyxia or how to fight Blackwing Lair or Molten Core didn't exist. You would actually read the fight. There would be like, you go print a sheet out of a walkthrough of the fight on how to beat this fight. So you had to literally do all this research. Everyone had a job. And if you screwed up, you'd wipe everybody, the whole raid. Now back then, wiping a raid was a serious issue because gold was not plentiful. Earning an entire gold piece, some players, until they got to 60, could only dream of getting a whole gold piece because everything was so expensive and gold just didn't exist like it now. The literally game, I guess you could say, game inflation goes up as each add-on. Every time we do an expansion, they change the dynamics of the finance. But back in original WoW, I mean, to get a gold was impossible. I mean, it was just so hard to do. And you had to get like, I think 60 gold or 100 gold to buy your first like epic mount. And epic mount now is just something that's so commonplace at level 20. You couldn't even get a mount till you were at 40. And that was difficult. Flight points? What are flight points? There were only maybe 5 flight points in the entire island. There wasn't a flight point in every single village across the globe. You had to run, literally run your cow butt from one side of the world to the other. So if you were queuing into Moradon and you were sitting in Orgrimmar, guess what? People would literally sit at the entrance of Moradar, a simple raid dungeon that everyone would just raid back in the day. And they would wait 20, 30, 40 minutes for everyone to run there. Because at level 40, not everybody had a mount. And there were no flight paths to the closest village down the street. You had to run. It was a horrendous thing. Back to the original animation we're talking about, Onyxia. There were a thing that some guilds, because you're dealing with 40 people, and the boss would literally drop one, maybe two items. Not everybody's got a chance where a boss is dropping 50 things at a time. We're talking about a raid that people would sit and get ready for weeks, for months, getting all the potions together, and the warlocks were farming soul stones and all the other things they needed, and mages were getting all their mana potions. It was the amount of buildup to do one of these raids was intense. So you can imagine that after months and months and months of prepping to fight Onyxia, everybody wanted something to drop for them. But if only 2 people are going to get a drop out of 40, how do you keep the other 38 people from literally losing their crap? So some guilds would develop a system called DKP, which was Dragon Kill Points. Anytime you go to a raid, you get a Dragon Kill Point. Every mob of trash was a kill point. Every boss you down was 10 kill points. Da 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 da. And you'd build up these kill points like a currency off game. And the guild would have a little Facebook. We didn't have Facebook. It was actually, back then it was what did they have back in the day? I don't even remember what they had. But they would just keep a spreadsheet on the guild website on how many DKP everybody had. And that's how much currency they had. So when these 2 items would drop, if let's say it was a rogue helm and a warlock pair of gloves, and that was it. So all the rogues and warlocks would come up. And if they wanted it, they could spend the DKP on it. If the other person...
We're meeting in Ice Crown first? Or...
No, we're going to Onyxia.
Yeah, I don't even remember where that's at.
It's okay. Just go to Crossroads. I'll meet you there. You do remember where Crossroads is, right?
Yeah, somewhere in Duratar.
No, not, yeah, go ahead. It's in between Thunderbluff and Orgrimmar.
Yeah, I can fly there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can fly there because it's the L word expansion. So so here we are. So back to what we were saying before getting interrupted. Okay, so dragon kill points. If the other person had more dragon kill points than you, they bought the item whether you wanted it or not, and that was it. Here's the catch. Guild raid leaders were notorious for fining people, taking away dragon kill points if they wiped the raid. So even if you were there and you did a really good job, but you did something where you pulled some ads, or in Onyxia's case, pulled the whelps. Onyxia is a giant dragon sitting in her lair. She's got all these eggs. I mean, she's the mate of Deathwing. So all these baby dragons are her in eggs. If you were to bump into the eggs and release the whelps would come out. And they would start killing people in the raid, and the raid would wipe. So a guild master would fine that person so many DKPs off of their total for screwing up. So when I tell you raiding back in original WoW was legit and crazy and people would get like really pissed, yeah. So this is a classic animation of an Onyxia fight where someone took the audio from the raid leader speaking to the guild during an Onyxia fight and then put animations, drawn animations over what the guy was saying. By the way, if you don't know what a dot is, or you don't know what a wipe is, or if you don't know what certain things are, this video may not make sense to you, but to all of us from old WoW, dang, it's funny. So let me do a screen capture pull of this real quick. And where's my screen? Window. Here we go. Sorry, guys.
Left, 2, 4, 8, right, 7, 8 are web groups. Okay, listen the fuck up. You are going to get very, very slowly. Now, and by slowly I mean fucking slow. If you get aggro, it means you're going to lose 50 KP because you didn't know what the fuck to do. And watch the fucking tape. Well, you lose 50 KP again for not being where the fuck you were supposed to be. There is aggro reset. You only need, there's some shit about an aggro reset when people don't know how to manage their aggro. After 2 thunders, you can basically start doing damage to it, assuming you know how aggro works and you don't over aggro. Okay, nuke it. Help the whelp groups. When it's in phase 2, nuke it as hard as possible. You want to get it down as fast as possible. Have dots up on every time. 2 rows, shadow word paints, warlock curses, rends, everything. I don't see enough dots. More dots now. Come on, more DPS. Hit it like you mean it. You'll get time to rest in phase 3 while I'm getting the aggro. Remember, save all your aggro reducing abilities for when it lands. That means feign death, vanish, fucking fade, anything that you can use to reset aggro. At 40%, you will stop dots. Until then, you will throw more dots. Throw more dots.
This
more
is just
dots,
basic
more
mechanics.
Dots.
This guy's going
Come
over
on,
all
more
the things
dots.
they have to do for every
Okay,
fight.
stop dots.
The mechanics back then were
Now
insane.
hit it very hard and very fast. Lee, run to the center. Mogris, run to the center. Foresight, run to the center. Sarp, run to the center. Isis, run to the center. Whatever the fuck you do, do not stand next to other people. Mogris, center. Just heal me. Lee, do not go away from the head, Lee. Go away. Okay, DPS, slowly. Come here, you fucking cunt. Touch the tail.
Well, crush him was fair than turret.
Who the fuck was that? Crush him! What the fuck? Whelps! Left side! Even side! Many whelps! Now handle it!
Here we go.
Fuck! That's a fucking 50 DKP minus! What the fuck was that shit? If you stand in the right fucking place, there is no way you are going to fucking get into the goddamn whelps, whatever fucking fear, tail swipe, whatever the fuck, okay? It's like 1 in a fucking million from the fuck.
So yeah, that is let me change up my screen here. That was a typical Onyxia run when things didn't work out really well. We're gonna bring back WoW back now. Hold on one second, let me drop this back down. Okay. Alright, so that was Onyxia. For all those who have never seen the Onyxia wipe, it's a classic. It's a good time. Alright, so still not sure why my my WoW music isn't working, so screw it. You remember when I remember when that was current. I remember when I would go, I was at work, and a friend of mine said, "Dude, did you hear about the Onyxia wipe?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Dude, you got to see this video." So, oh, there's Bob. Okay, so we're gonna, yeah. So okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna calendar. Okay. So if you're here in Mulgore, we're going to go to Dustwallow Marsh, and right here is Onyxia's lair, right here at the bottom of so we're just going to cross over, get on over there, and knock this crazy woman out. So yeah, back then it was legit. I see, nowadays you can go to Lower Blackrock Spire, and if you kill Lower Blackrock Spire, if you go to the hatchery where all the baby dragons are in the eggs, if you break enough eggs and then kill enough eggs within, I think it's like a minute, you get the title of Jenkins, which that classic one was actually when the guy by the name of Leroy Jenkins ran into the hatchery and spawned the entire group of eggs, killed his group, and everyone was like, "Damn it, Leroy." Because he said, "Let's do this, Leroy Jenkins." You know, that was classic WoW stuff. So yeah, it was good stuff. We enjoyed that. In fact, it's so popular, and even I remember it so well, that if anyone hosts this raid or raids this channel or hosts this channel, that's the soundbite that comes up on my channel is "Let's do this, Leroy Jenkins" from that video, because it just reminds me of, you know, if somebody's going to raid your channel, they just spill in a bunch of whelps and ads with them. So I just thought it was kind of fitting. So we're flying into Dustwallow Marsh. We're going to go kill Onyxia first. So if you've never seen, you have the title. In fact, I had it on my character for so long. I'm the love fool today. So let's do there it is. Dana Torn Jenkins. So that's, yeah. So in fact, if you actually go, they actually gave Leroy his own NPC in the game. I don't remember which expansion it was. I think it was Burning Crusade, because he was in Shatrath, I think. It's not working, is it? It didn't come up. What the hell? Hold on. I'm gonna find out why this isn't working. Why my audio is not working, because it should be doing that. Hold on. I'm gonna land here at Onyxia's lair, and then we're gonna go through there. Let me just land right here. It's not good, guys. I don't like it when my overlays aren't working, because that should have popped up the second you hosted that. That kind of bothers me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That really bothers me. Let me also got to figure out why my my sound isn't working. So let me reload the sound. My sound is on. So I know this because if I press play, okay, that's probably why. Let me reload my desktop audio. Stand by. That should be working now. So desktop should be working now. I don't know why it didn't do that when you hosted. That's really weird. Did the animation come up? Because I didn't hear anything. That's very bothersome for me. Everyone, just one moment. This is important to me, because when somebody hosts or subscribes or follows, it's important to me that they get acknowledged. It's very important to me. So just give me one moment. I want to make sure that's working. Did it come up for you when you did that? Or no? Let's see.
You think I ought to buff up for this, Rich? Or?
Yeah, dude. Stretch out. Grab a sword or something.
I'm already in the dungeon.
Okay.
Hey guys, let's do this. Hey guys,
Okay, so that should have happened. Did that not happen when you did it? Oh man, that irritates me, because I go through all the trouble to make sure this stuff works for everybody, and it doesn't. Did the one I just test shot happen, or no? That's very sad. Makes me very upset, because I got to get that fixed. That's important that we get that fixed. What else bothers me is that nobody is hearing the. It says my master volume is muted, but how do you unmute master sound in the game? Does anybody know that? If it says that your master sound is muted, how do you unmute that crap? Because, wow. It's very awkward, don't you think? It still says that I'm muted. Hold on. When I do this, all sound is currently disabled. What the hell? I mean, I'm as nice as the next person, and quite frankly, WoW's music isn't that great, but you know, that's really bothersome to me, and I want to fix that. It says all sound is currently disabled, and the thing about it is it shouldn't be disabled in my, because we have audio for everything else, like that dumb music my daughter picked out. Sorry, Caroline, didn't mean to say dumb music. All right. Well, we can't sit here forever, so let's just Bob, are you in already?
I'm in, my friend.
Coming in myself. Let's see here. Let's go kick the crap out of a giant dragon.
I killed a couple of these guys already just because I couldn't help myself.
I figured you wouldn't be able to help yourself because, you know, that's your style.
These 80 elites are tough. They hit me
Okay.
for 9 hit points.
So you can't hear me at all, Coven? I'm looking at it, and this is not good. I'm not gonna start dealing with all these issues with thing when there shouldn't be any problems with this stuff right now. Check. Mic check. But I know that my mic's working because I'm looking at it.
And I can hear you on Discord.
Oh. Yeah, Discord is separate from the. I'm going to do this one more time just because I can, before we get into Onyxia. Because once we start doing these runs, I don't want to.
To both.
Actually, that's not what I meant, but okay. Yeah. No, I meant game sounds and everything going to the desktop, so that would be picked up. Yeah, but you can't hear anything outside of that. Like if I turn on the music, I see it there. Everyone should be able to see the music, right? It is some crappy music. We're about to kill things. I don't need this kind of music on my channel when I'm trying to kill stuff. Not doing ska either. Oh. Here we go. All right, so may not have any oh my gosh, what's up, fat boy? You heard we were killing a dragon and you want to come see? Oh my goodness. Oh, so I heard you were going to kill a dragon. So I want to come see Dad. All up in the face. What's up, buddy? Okay, Onyxia's lair is pretty straightforward. You run down a hall, and then you're in her lair. It's not like a giant dungeon you have to go through and fight a bunch of sub-bosses, so. Alright. I know you want to see Dad, but you can't stay up here forever. I gotta fight Onyxia. She's very important. Okay, we're gonna beat Onyxia, and then after we beat Onyxia, I'll get you a treat, okay? Alright, buddy. Go ahead. Go play with your sister. Y'all go find some of those treats you guys were hiding earlier. You know. Y'all go fight over stuff. Y'all are fun like that. God, they're bad. Okay. Here we are. This is Onyxia. And if I can't have WoW music, I'm going to have some regular music. I can tell you that right now. if you're saying, oh my god, old school, why are you running so much? Well, this is how it was in the old days. You had to run. This guy, no, he's dead. Anyway, so...
You just killed my dance partner.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I totally meant to. Okay. Now, before you run in there and kill her one shot, can I at least say something to the people on the channel first? Seriously?
I'm just here for moral support. You go ahead and beat that girl up.
Moral support. Compared to how I was doing yesterday, I might need moral support. Okay, real quick. Let me just show you a few things. In Onyxia's lair, down here around the corner, you see these eggs down here? That's the whelps. So if during the fight you got feared by her, you'd run too close to the edge and you'd spawn the babies and they come at you. So yeah. She has 3 phases. The first phase is a burn phase. Your tank would point her away from the raid. Everyone would stand behind her. Actually, not behind her, off of her left and right flank because her tail swipe. So you have everybody layered in a certain spot, and the tank would hold her head, and the tank was the only person that could stand in front of her. If you had more than one person standing in front of her, it just would wipe the raid. Now, then there was a phase 2. Once you got her down to a certain percentage, she would start to fly. Now, the problem with Bob and I is Bob and I are both, well, one of us is a dancing fool. The other one of us is a giant cow holding a sword. So if she gets to phase 2 and starts to fly, the only way we're going to be able to get her down is by throwing our throw ability, which is going to take a while. So the idea that we have to do is we have to try to burn her down so fast that she would normally not get to second phase. She'd go straight to the third phase where you just burn her down and kill her. Now, because we're both 110 and we're doing Argus gear and we're doing the raids and everything, my gear is 905. I'm sure Bob's is way above that. Odds are 1 or 2 hits, she's going to be dead anyway, so it's not going to matter. So let's go ahead and do this. Why not? Let's give it a shot. You ready, buddy?
Leroy Jenkins!
Oh my god, this is way over the pale. This will be what? How many hits? 2, 3, 4? Maybe less?
Maybe 1.
Yeah, that was a single hit. She's dead. So anyway, so after a charge and 1 mortal strike, Onyxia has died. So she goes to phase 2, and here comes the whelps, and I'm just going to do this, and the whelps are just going to die just by me looking at them. Now the thing about it is she goes to phase 2 where she flies, but she has no health. She has 1 hit point. So she's just got to go through her phases until all the whelps are down. So if I go up here right now, and I throw my axe at her, she's going to fall, she's going to come down, and yeah, she's dead. So there you go. That's Onyxia. Now, back in the day, this fight would take 20 minutes or so. Okay, now, here's how it used to be. Need or greed rolls back in the day. The gaze of 10 storms, and yeah, I'm gonna take that. So, greed roll on everything. Now, this was really cool. If your raid killed Onyxia, you would get the head of Onyxia, which means you would pick it up. It would start another quest for the Brood Mother. It's really cool. Really cool. It started this, the Purified Blood of Onyxia, you know. And that was a trinket, man. That was like plus 18 parry, plus 18 health per second with fire resistance. Oh my god, back in the day, oh, dude, fight for that thing. It's heavy epics. Now it's like, nobody really cares. Greed roll, greed roll, greed roll. Okay, now, here's what we do. There's this hide backpack and stuff. Yet the hide backpack is a 22 slot bag, which back in the day was a lot. Shaman head gear, the head of Onyxia, this great helm of the warrior. I only got this for one reason only. Hey Bob, check this out. I'm gonna wear it. Watch. Wait, I'll put it on. Let me show it. Ready? Look at this helm, dude.
That's awesome.
I look at, okay, there's only one reason why I have this helm. Everybody say it together. Transmorg that bad boy. That's the only reason why you'd ever have that helm. So we're putting this helm down in the bag so I can transmorg it because it's just funny. Sack of gems, some rubies and stuff. And how much gold did we get for that? For dropping her?
9.
That was it?
That's it.